in the country, and with that you get to battle against and with the best. And I was really pleased with our fight. Again, we dig ourselves a hole, and it's kind of a theme of what we've been about this year is digging a hole and then working and clawing to get ourselves back in it. But again, I thought it was the tale of two halves. You can't have 15, 17 turnovers in the first half and expect to win ACC games. But again, the second half of 2 offensive rebounds in the first half and then finish with 21, 4 turnovers, and things like that are growth. And with these 2 freshmen and a team of really trying to find out how to play at this level, I think they're doing a lot of stuff really well. And AB another double-double, and that's huge for what we're going to be about and out-rebounding them and things like that. You can look at a lot of positives, but again, it's still not enough. And we've got to figure out that hump to get through, that we don't dig ourselves quite as big of a hole and then have to scramble back. But I love their fight. I love who they are, and I love how hard they play and how bad they want it. And now we just got to keep getting better, and then it'll happen. So.
What did you tell your team when you gave up that 7-0 run at the beginning of the third quarter? Like, what did you tell them to do? To change anything up?
That was the fun
or just like,
it is. It's and you give up 2 layups, and all we had talked about in leading up to this game was transition defense. And even the first half, I thought we limited their layups and that we couldn't give them layups. And then we give them 2 layups in a row. The 3 I can handle. The 2 layups are what I can't. They just ran it, drove it down our throats, and that's whenever I have to test, and challenge who they are. Is that our players? We can't do that. We've got to be able to stick with the game plan, and so it was a few pointed words of like, no, this isn't what we're about. We're about fight and blue collar and all of those things. And then I thought after that they responded and really stepped up their game and gave us a chance to come back and make plays down the stretch to be in the game.
For Amber, was it sort of like, or for Amber and I guess for you as well, Lance, was there any sort of strategy change or anything you really noticed that, ticked off that insane run that you had in terms of rebounding and putbacks late in the second half that really started when you guys started to get going in the third quarter?
I think it was more of like it was always been our game plan to beat on the boards. That's always a key to win the game. That's what we came in to start the game with. But it's actually executing and focusing in on, like, I have to get on the glass. I got to get a rebound to help my team win.
Yeah, and a lot of it, too, was that we were getting shots up on the glass. We weren't turning it over. And, that's the first half. You take away 15, 17 possessions. That's a lot of chances for old boards that we can't get because we turn the ball over. And, and so then now the second half, I thought Day really took a lot of great jumpers that allowed them to help, that now we're able to get behind their defense and have a chance to rebound it, and we did. And, so that's a big part of it was just we started playing more in the middle of the floor, and then we were able to get shots up that allows our rebounders to go get it.
Lance, I was talking about Notre Dame. This is a team that's one of the most prominent in women's college basketball. What's it like for them this year? They seem to be struggling a lot. Do you notice anything similar between you coming into your first year, maybe them now?
Yeah, again, I think in the pregame show, Josh was saying that they lost 10,000 points. That within itself is crazy. You lose 10,000 points in 1 year. It's going to be a rebuilding, a chance for young kids. And again, they have 3 freshmen that are playing a lot of minutes, 2 grad transfers who are new. And so similar in a lot of ways is that everything's new. And, I consider this in my freshman year in a lot of ways is that because everything that we've done, players that are out there everything is new, is that we're having to teach things new all the time. And I think that's what Muffet's having to do as well, of just there's a lot of reads and things that you're used to players just knowing that we're having to talk about a lot. And these guys are growing every day, and I think their team's continuing to grow. But again, I think we're similar in a lot of ways, and I thought it was a battle back and forth for much of the game.
Find anything similar, or did you have any moments where you kind of, since you faced Muffet McGraw many times, assistant at Florida State, and now as head coach here at Pitt, I mean, did you have a moment or moments that you really noticed you're like, even though they are 5-8, and 5-8 obviously doesn't do them much justice since they've played a million good teams. But did you have any moments where you were really like, wow, that's the old, that's an old Muffet McGraw team? That's any moments where you're like, they look, that you could draw similarities to their unbelievable 1 and 2 loss teams that they'll have some years.
No, not every year is a new year, and every game you take as it is, and and so I don't. I think they're a team that we can beat and play with, and and so now you've just got to go and take your best shot. And tonight I thought we took a good shot in moments, and now we got to continue on and just keep getting better.
Okay, this is your first 2 games in the ACC. What are you noticing the differences between maybe non-conference play and now playing against ACC opponents in your first 2 games?
It's harder. Yeah, it's harder, but I feel like my teammates are not ready to take on the challenge. Yeah.
It's I would say 2 games in a row now that you fight in a lot, and now lose both games by 8 points. I believe it is now 2 games in a row. Is there 1 or 2 things you really think that you think this team can tighten up on or improve on throughout the season that really could lead to this team having a lot of success with anything specific that you really think, since they've been close in both games?
Yeah, again, consistency. That's the number one thing that is that we're preaching all the time, is just being relied on and counted on to do the same thing over and over and over. And and obviously this game, reversing the ball and limited turnovers would have helped. We have to continue to rebound the ball, and and that's, I think, the biggest improvement from teams in the past at Pitt to the style that we're going to play, is that we're going to rebound the ball. And and I think that to have a 53 number is in an ACC game is huge improvements for us. And and that's what we have to be built on offensively and defensively. You have to rebound the ball in order to win games in the ACC, and so that's something I think we're continuing to do. But again, it's been those small moments of inconsistent play that we just have to lengthen those steady moments whenever you just got to play with them. And we have too many low moments where we just can't get ourselves out of it quick enough. So consistency is what I would continue to say is our number one thing that we got to continue to work on and grow in.
You talk about Rita's play. She's been one of the top shot blockers in the ACC at 4 blocks today. Can you tell just how valuable that is to have a shot blocker?
Yeah, it is. And I was just telling these guys coming up here is that as soon as Rita figures some things out, she's going to really, really help us. And again, her ability to control the paint. And, and you look at the 4 blocks, but how many other shots she alters or people won't take because she's there. And just her length and athleticism. And then, and today, her ability to score one-on-one is what she's got to continue to improve on. But again, that was a huge plus for us. And but she is going to be a really, really fun player. She's really hard on herself and wants to be perfect. And so once we get through that and allow her just to really go and attack and play, she's going to really be a great player in this conference and for Pitt.